Hey there BCFers, this is Basil and I'm making a short video just to make the case for becoming a paid supporting subscriber. As you probably know, you're not required to be a paying member of BCF, and in fact you can participate in all the forum discussions, you can post pictures and so on, so long as you're a member in good standing, whether you are a paid subscriber or not. So why become a paying subscriber? Well, mainly to help me offset the cost of running and maintaining the forum. BCF is hosted on a dedicated server with dedicated bandwidth, which I must pay for. So think of it as paying dues to belong to what we hope is a really great car club. Okay, so what's in it for you besides the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping keep this great resource online? If you click the subscribe button up here in the upper menu, and you can scroll down and see a table that lists some of the benefits at different subscription levels. Of course, you can see that at the free level, you can still do most everything that any other member can do, but there are some benefits. I'm just going to point out a few of them. The amount of server space you have available to upload attachments, like pictures, to your posts increases depending on your level. So if you're at a free level and you have 20 megabytes, what that means is once you have uploaded more than 20 megabytes of files to the server by way of pictures or something, then you have to go into your settings and delete some before you can upload more. And so that level increases as you increase your membership level. And by the way, when you upload a picture, the forum software resizes it. So you might think, well, that's not very many pictures, but keep in mind, if you upload, say, a 2 megabyte picture, before my forum actually posts that picture, it actually resizes the image and compresses it. So a 2 megabyte image might really only end up being 100 kilobytes or less. So 20 megabytes actually goes a long way. So you can also see some things like you can delete your own post if you are a bronze, silver, gold, or platinum member. If you are a silver member or above, you can delete your own threads. So you can kind of look down through here. You can see you have more private message space available at different levels. I encourage you to take a look at this table and just kind of see what some of the benefits are at different subscription levels. But two big ones that I want to talk about in addition to these forum permissions is if you are a silver or above subscriber, then if you request it, I will install a WordPress blog just for you. And so you could, let's say your name is Bill. Well, then I could set up a WordPress blog that would have the address of bill.britishcarforum.com. How cool is that? So you could send that link to your friends, and share your own personal blog, and you could also put that link in your signature on the forum here so that everybody can have a link to your personal blog. Now, if you are a gold or platinum level member, you can, if you have your own domain name, which you just can purchase through all sorts of different online domain vendors. If you have your own domain name, like say fredschmertz.com, if you wanted to, then if you're at either the gold or platinum level, I will set up an account for you on my server and allow you to host your own website on my server. Now I'm going to pause here and kind of show you what it looks like and what you can do when you have your own website hosted on my server. I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, so if you have a website hosted on my server, you will have access to your web server space through what is called cPanel. And so what will happen is I will provide you with an address, a special address that takes you to your cPanel login, and you simply will type a username and password. And I'm going to pause here while I fill out my username and password, and then I'm going to click in login just to kind of show you what a cPanel backend looks like and some of the cool stuff that you can do. Okay, so once you are logged in to your cPanel, if you are hosting a website, you can see lots of different things. There's a section here called Files with a file manager where you can go in and basically upload files to your website. You can also use any normal FTP file transfer protocol program like FileZilla or others. You don't have to use the file manager. You can use a third-party program to connect to your site and upload and download files directly to your web service that way. You can control images and whether or not people can hot link to your images and all that sort of thing. You can also set up email accounts. So let's say your web domain was fredschmertz.com and your name was Fred. Well, you could actually set up an email account that you could link to with your Microsoft Outlook or whatever your mail program is. You can set up numerous email accounts, but you could set up one, for example, it says fred@fredschmertz.com. Just as an example, you can set up forwarders so that if you aren't going to have access to this website or this account for whatever reason, you can forward emails to different locations. If you're out of town, you can set up an autoresponder. So if somebody emails you, it sends them an automatic response that says, "I'm out of town till whatever date." So lots of different things you can do with email in here. There's a thing called Apache Spam Assassin that you can set up to help minimize the amount of spam emails you get, all of that kind of stuff. It's just a fun thing you can do if you have your own domain. And then this, of course, is where you can set up different domains and subdomains and that sort of thing. You can install lots of different software on your forum. I'm not going to go into all of those, except I do want to kind of scroll down to this area called Softalicious. Now, Softaculous, I'm sorry. Now, Softaculous is it's kind of hard to describe it. Basically, it's a series of programs that you can install on your website. And if I go into one of these, you can see this is WordPress. So if you had your own domain name that you were hosting on my website, you could actually, instead of building your own website from scratch, you could install a WordPress site. And there's all kinds of different themes that you can pick from in WordPress. I mean, it's basically kind of like Wix. It lets you build a website without having to know any web coding or anything like that. But what's really cool about this Softaculous over here is there's also all sorts of other programs that you can install on your own domain. So, for example, you could even install your own forum. And there's lots of different types of forum software, and you can explore and kind of look at, a lot of these programs have examples that you can go look at to decide which one of these you might want to use. So there's lots of different forum softwares that you could do. There's image galleries that you can install, many different, software versions of different image galleries made by different vendors. There's wikis that you can install, calendars. I mean, just an almost endless number of really cool programs that if you wanted to, you could install on your own website. So with that, I'm going to just go ahead and go back to the main page here on our forum. I just wanted to show you that real quick. So basically, while I never pressure anybody to become a paid subscriber, you're not gonna ever hear me trying to force anybody to become a paid member. I'm not gonna bug you about it, but I do definitely appreciate it when somebody does become a subscriber, because it really does help keep BCF humming. And if you do subscribe, oh, by the way, you're not going to see this big ugly yellow banner here at the top of the website. So it's just another little added benefit. Well, so thanks for your time. Whether you can become a subscriber or not, Either way, I hope you enjoy your time here at British Car Forum, and we'll see you around.